Hello, welcome once again to my channel, Boma's Home. I hope you are following me all the way from when we did the calculation for cement, we've done for sand, and the concluding part, which is granite. Please, if you haven't seen the two other episodes, the cement calculations and the sand calculation, please do well to check so that you will be following us on how to calculate the quantities of material required in concrete. So we've done calculations for the quantities of bag of cement required for per cubic in concrete, and we've also done the quantities of sand required in per cubic in concrete. So this is the concluding part of it, which is the quantities of granite required for per cubic in concrete. So it is important for you to know granite comes in different sizes. We commonly here we have three-quarter down, we have 1/8, we have half-inch, we have different sizes of granite. It depends on the kind of works that you want to do. Probably maybe columns, beams, slabs. All of these require different sizes of granite. So without wasting much of the time, let's dive into the calculations. For us to calculate the quantities of granite required for each of these 4 grades of concrete. So what we'll do is, for M10, this is 1 part of cement, 3 parts of sand, and 6 parts of granite. So we are calculating for the granite. So it will be 6, 3 plus 1 plus 6 is 10 over 10, multiply by 1.54, which is our drying factor for concrete. This will give us 0.924. We multiply this by the density, 1,800. So this will give us 1,663.2 kg. That is the quantities of granite required for M10. For M15, it will be 4 over 7, which is 1 plus 2 plus 4 is 7, multiplied by 1.54. So this will give us 0.88. We multiply this by the density, which is 1,800. It will give us 1,584 kg. For M20 is the third part, which is 3 over 5.5. 1 plus 1.5 plus 3 is 5.5. Multiplied by the dry factor for concrete. So this will give us 0.84 multiplied by the density, 1,800. It will give us 1,512 kg of granite. For the last part, grade 25 of concrete, so which is the last part of it, the 2 over 4 multiplied by 1.54 was 0.77 multiplied by the density, 1,800. So this will give us 1,386 kg. So for the various grades of concrete, all of these are the quantities of granite required per kg. So for us to convert it to ton, so it will be, for M10, it will be 1.66 tons. For M15, it will be 1.58 tons. For M20, it will be 1.51 tons. For M25, it will be 1.39. be using this diagram that's of slab, a rectangular slab that we'll be using from the calculation of cement we've done for sand. So now we'll be using that same diagram. The length of the slab is 22 meters. And the weight is 9 meters. And the thickness of the slab is 180 millimeter, which is 0.18 meter. From our last calculation, the cubic meter for the slab is 36 meter per cubic. So we've done the calculation for our granite per tons. Now for us to get the quantities of granite for 36 cubic meter, so we multiply 36 by 1.6663.2 kg. So that will give us the total cubic of granite required for 36 cubic meters of concrete. And that will give us 60 tons of granite for M10. That will give us 60 tons of granite. M15, that's 6 cubic meters of concrete using M15 will give us 57 tons. 57 tons. M20, that's 6 cubic meters for M20. So we'll need 54 tons of granite. 54 tons of granite, that's what we'll need for 36 cubic of concrete using M20. While for M25, we need 50 tons of granite. That's what we need for M25. So these are all quantities of granite that will be required of each grade of concrete. Assuming you are having a slab, a concrete of 36 cubic meter. So for M10, you need 60 tons of granite. For M15, you need 57 tons of granite. Now we are going to calculate the volume of granite. When you order your granite, they are always all to site in truck like this. So we are going to calculate how to determine the quantities of granite that's brought to our site. In our last calculation, when we are calculating for sand, we've already calculated. You can check our previous video on calculation for sand, how to calculate for the volume of this truck. So the volume of this truck is 19.55 cubic. That is the volume. So in this case, the only thing we are going to do is to multiply that volume by the densities of granite, which is 1,800 per kg per cubic meter. So this stock, I look at it at 5 tons of granite.